packs flat and plays big. So everyone loves this kind of trick. Okay, so how do you use this trick? Well, let's see. We'll do it with the bee. You show this, the kids scream, turn it around. And you misunderstand, and you turn it around like this. And then the kids scream, no, turn it around, and then you turn it back like this. Or should I say, you say, oh, the other way. And then you do that. And the emphasis here is make it look like you really understand what they're trying to say. It's like, oh, I know what you mean, the other way. And then that you kind of draw them in deeper, and they scream and yell. If a kid in your audience, sometimes the kids go like this. Sometimes they say, okay, show me what you mean. And a kid will stand up and he'll go, like this, meaning, turn the thing around. So when I see that, I like to go, oh, like this. This is very funny. So you can do that. And, oh, yes, and another little tip is when it's finally time to turn the rabbit around, you turn it around, and this is not white. It's instead the black bunny, and sometimes it's nice to say, and that's the end, if you are ending the trick or ending your show. So that's kind of funny. Okay, how many sucker tricks should you put in your show? Well, as I mentioned, back in 1931, the trick was invented, and by 1939. In Entertaining Children with Magic, just 8 years later, Eddie Clever wrote, "Children like to be surprised but not fooled or stung. For this reason, I am not in favor of too many stung effects. There are magicians who believe the only requisite is to fill a bag with stung tricks, and he is set to entertain children. He may be prepared to fool them, but surely not to entertain them. These effects tend to make them antagonistic, which is just the reverse of what you want." So by just 8 years later, apparently, people were doing sucker tricks up and down and all over the place, and Eddie Clever said not to. Things didn't change too much, because in 1959 in Kid Stuff 2, Francis Marshall wrote, "Old-time performers will tell you that sucker tricks are great for kids and you cannot have too many of them. This is not true of today's children," 1959. "Limit sucker tricks to about 2 in a show." Okay, that's getting somewhere. By the 1980s, David Ginn finally suggested doing only 1 sucker trick in your show, and that's what I do. I do only 1 sucker trick in my show, per show. Okay, what do you do with this sucker trick? Well, in 1944, Eric Wilson had a great idea, which he published, where he said, he recommended doing a sucker-type effect as the second item in the program, claiming, quote, "A trick of this type early in the program will stop the clever type of child trying to tell you throughout the program how everything is done." That is good advice. I like to close my show with a Fraidy Cat Rabbit turn it around sucker trick, because I just like it. I think it has a very nice punctuation to it. And if you want to see one of the best versions of Fraidy Cat Rabbit, you must look for Chris Capart's DVD, Kiddin' Around, where it takes about 10 minutes, and the kids are crazy, and the adults laugh, and it's really one of the best versions. So look for that. Another tip, if you're performing for kids who are sitting on the floor, not in seats, or if you're not on a stage, if you're at the same level as the kids, watch your sides, watch your angles, because the kids will have a tendency to either rush you and grab the prop out of your hand, or they might sneak to the side and try to peek at your back, and they will share the information with everybody else, and then you lose the climax. So watch for that. And the last idea is very important, actually. Try not to sting the kids too hard. Okay? You don't want to, like, for example, in Edwin's original version of ABC Stung, the final climax read, "You children are such morons." Now, you see, that's going too far. Too far. No, I just made that up. But don't sting hard. the best way to do that is to be surprised yourself. So you see it and you go, oh, how did that happen? Or where did that come from? Or something along those lines, rather than you children are such morons. Okay, so that's it. I am David Kaye. Thanks for watching Kids Show Fundamentals, and we will see you next time. There you go. I got a little water during the break. I hope you liked that. That clip comes from my new DVD, which is not released yet. Oh, but by the time you watch this, it may very well be released. But at the time of shooting this, I haven't released this yet. I do a column, as Dan mentioned in my introduction, for a DVD magazine called Real Magic, R-E-E-L. It's one of the bargains in the magic world. You got to go and look up Real Magic. So every other month is 2 hours of new video about magic. So I do a column in that, and this DVD is a compilation of my first 2 years. There are 14 clips on this DVD, and they are all talking about, each clip is about one specific either technique or trick. So I talk about the blooming bouquet, what's next, sucker tricks, you just saw mouth coils, thumb tips, milk pitchers, on and on. So for each topic, I talk about some of the history, some of the right ways to do it, the wrong ways to do it, some routine ideas. So it's Kids Show Fundamentals. It's very funny. It's fun to watch, and you're going to learn a lot about the props that you all have and that you all use. So take a look for that Kids Show Fundamentals DVD. Now, since this is a magic lecture, I'm going to teach you a magic trick, this is a new trick for me, and I am having the time of my life performing this. And I don't have it on video. We're going to do it here in the studio. And I've never done it for nobody. Nothing personal, guys. And I also do it well, you'll see. So this is the trick. I'm sure I'm going to break character, but here we go. So I say to the kids, it's time for my snack, my mid-show snack. Can you guess what my favorite snack is? And they shout out all kinds of things.
Peanut butter and jelly.
All kinds of things. I say, no, my favorite snack is sneaker juice. Now this is very funny, and it gets a nice reaction. So typically I need a kid to lend me their sneaker, and honestly, I'm going to borrow Jen's sneaker, and I don't know how this cup is going to work with Jen's sneaker, but I'm going to show you the trick. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. I'm warning you, there are some exaggerated reactions in this trick. So first of all, I just have to make sure the cup fits. We're going to use the cup later on. Let me make sure this fits, and it does fit. That's perfect, because the kids' sneakers are small, so I don't know. So here we go. Here's how you make sneaker juice. You take a cup of water, and I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. Okay, you pour some water in the sneaker, and then you give it a little shake, little shaky shake. And now watch, I just wave my hand over the sneaker. I'm going to take the cup, I put the cup in the sneaker, and out comes a cup full of sneaker juice, and the sneaker is dry. There you go. So now I'm going to hand the sneaker back to the child, and it's time now for me to drink my sneaker juice. Here we go. Oh, God! Oh! Oh! That stinks! All right, I'll drink.